review the hats. We're going to go over each hat and what each hat is. We're going to quickly go over what you guys have written down. Now, you guys did these hats if you did the SOLs, which I know we're just finishing up here. So the red hat may be the easiest one to do because we all have emotions about the SOLs. Even as teachers, I promise we do too. Good and bad. All right. So review of hats. First one. We're going to do the emotions hat, red hat. Okay. So what do we feel about whatever we're talking about? So with the SOLs, let's get 2 examples of emotions we think that we have about the SOLs.
Boring.
Boring. Okay. It's a good emotion. What else?
It's time taking.
It's what?
It takes time.
Takes time. Okay, time. All right. And all right, one more.
Nervous.
Nervous. Good. Okay. What we're going to do for today, the question for the red hats is going to be, how were emotions an effect of the event? So we're going to talk about 3 different events. Okay. Each group is going to get a different event. So the question here for the red hats is, how does what happened cause certain emotions? Okay, what emotions come out of that event? Okay, and if you guys don't remember these questions, that's okay. Well, that's what we're here for. All right, yellow hats. All right, strengths, good things. Okay, like positive things. Okay, yellow is sunny and whatever else. So for the SOLs, what are some positive things? Strengths. All right, good things that come to this.
You get to skip class.
Okay, get to skip class.
You get to review what you've learned over the year.
Okay, get to review what you learned.
Lunches after it.
Yeah.
Lunches after, okay. All right, so positive. So, for the 2 questions for the yellow hats for what we're doing today is, what are the strengths of what is doing right for the wrong reasons, and what are the strengths of doing wrong for the right reasons? Okay, that's pretty. Those are pretty straightforward. Okay, so you think about doing something right for the wrong reasons, and there's a whole bunch of different examples for that, and we'll get to those. We'll talk about what that means here in a few minutes. And then what are the strengths of doing the wrong thing, but you're doing it for the right reason? All right, next one. Green, new ideas. Okay, so what are some new things, some creative things you thought about with the SOLs? What are some, this one's kind of a tough one. What are some new ways to do it, new ways to go about it?
You're allowed to have food.
All right.
Like reading SOL.
All right, food during the SOL.
SOL.
All right. What else do we have? Something new.
We have a great one over here.
What's that?
Electronics.
What do you mean electronics?
Like iPods or something.
Okay, so bringing them during, so when you're done. Okay, good. Anything else? Different time of day, maybe? Do you want to have them all in the afternoon or in the morning? At night. All right, come in at night. Okay. All right. So for what we're doing today is, how would you turn the wrong reasons into the right reasons? Okay. So think about, if you're doing the wrong thing, if you're doing the right thing, how would you turn the wrong reasons for doing that into the right reasons for doing that? Okay. What other options are there? What advice can you give? So the green hat member is thinking creatively, thinking a little bit differently, and expanding beyond what you just read. Okay, putting new ideas into practice. All right, purple. I told you guys a black hat, I think. Purple, black, very dark. Okay, kind of, So weaknesses. So what are some weaknesses of the SOLs? Now let's take emotions out of this. Okay, I know you guys have emotions about this. I hear it every week. All right. So what are some weaknesses that you guys feel about the SOLs? What are some things that probably not so great about them?
It creates stress.
Okay, it creates stress. Okay, for who?
For everybody.
There you go. There you go. Administrators tell you what,
Yeah.
Miss Swansboro, all of them. Like it's stress for everybody.
It can be really, really long.
It could be long. Good. Okay.
It can give you a mental workout.
Okay. Give you a mental workout. That could be a good thing too.
Has tricks in them, so like it makes you think harder.
Makes you think harder. That's a bad thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So these things look similar to the strengths. These questions are pretty much the same. We just changed. We just changed weaknesses for strengths. So what are the weaknesses of doing what is right for the wrong reasons? And what are the weaknesses of doing what is wrong for the right reasons? And then finally, or not finally, White, facts. So what are some facts of the SOLs? What are some definite things you know about the SOLs? Not emotional, they're not strengths or weaknesses, you're just stating some facts. What are some facts we have about the SOLs? What do we have?
They assess you.
Okay, they assess you. Tell you what you learned, or tell everyone what you learned. Okay?
It's a test.
It's a test. There you go, it's a test. How about this table? Someone from this table over here. Tell me something about him. Go ahead.
It helps what class you're going to be put in next year.
Okay, all right. Tell us determine what class you're going to be in. Good. All right, so for facts, what facts support the actions taken or right for the wrong reason? So the person that gets the white hat, they're going to be the person that can tell the rest of the group, they did this because whatever. Okay, they're the ones that are finding very specific pieces of information. Okay, oops, sorry. And what facts support the actions taken were wrong for the right reason? Thank you. All right, and then finally, the blue hat. Now, the blue hat, I think, is probably the most difficult. Okay, or maybe not the most difficult, but it's probably the most, what would you say, brain busting?
Yeah.
All right. So this is probably the biggest challenge for most of us. Okay. The blue hat I said was a summary. That's kind of true, but really what we're going to do today is metacognition. Anybody know what that word means? It's a huge word. It's okay if you don't. All right, what does cognition mean? Anybody know? Take the meta part out. Do we know what cognition means? Thinking. Okay, it means thinking. Meta means, you put a meta in front of it, it means you're going to think about your thinking. Is that deep enough for you guys? All right. You got to think about how you're thinking. Okay, so you're going to try to figure out how you're thinking, how your brain is working. Okay.
A lot of times when you reflect at the end of a quarter or something, you think about what you learned that quarter, and then you think about that thought process, like how did I get there? It's a lot of reflection.
Okay. So, first question there, how do you determine what is right and what is wrong? Okay. A lot of times we just know it's wrong to kill somebody. You know, it's right to help someone in need. Okay, but how do you know that? Okay. How do you know that it's wrong to kill someone? What if that someone was a mass murderer? Then it starts to get a little tricky. Okay. I'm not saying it's right to kill anybody. Okay. But for some people, that's when it becomes really tricky. Okay.
How many of you like to argue? Are good arguers, and you can see both sides, and then you can argue any point, and your parents probably about to lose their mind. You guys should be good with blue.
How do you determine the criteria for what is right for the wrong reasons or wrong for the right reasons? So for this question, how are you going to go about figuring out what is right for the wrong reasons? Okay. Last one, what do you need to know in order to decide which course of action to take afterwards? Okay, so the people that have the blue hats, if you like a challenge, this is a good one for you. Okay. It is, I wouldn't say it's necessarily harder. Some people are really good at this. Okay, but this is the one that we're going to, the people with the blue hats, we're going to kind of be, you're going to be the reflective people. So you're going to be kind of the wrap up. So be prepared to be kind of the leaders of your group there. Okay.